So I want to give an example about when a client I was working with was making this what over why mistake, and there was a lot of charged emotions around this. So with these particular clients, I was hired to explicitly to help them to make their farm more efficient and profitable. And when it came time to build, the vision and values one pagers, I had first, both partners. It was a husband and wife. I had them both, separately write out their own one pager, and then we were trying to build one together. So the wife had a really unique sentence on her vision and values one pager, and it was under her spiritual capital, and it was, "I carry 5-gallon buckets daily." And this is a really interesting sentence because in talking with her husband, one of the things that was a great tension point in their relationship was how difficult it was for his wife to do the daily chores because there was so much work, and they had to carry 5-gallon buckets all over the place, and it just took a lot of time, and it was wearing her out, and he kept trying to let's put all the buckets in a Bobcat or in the ATV so that it's not as hard for you, but she just kept resisting and really wanted to carry these 5-gallon buckets, and he was just pulling his hair out. It was this. He was trying to help, but she didn't want the help, and he just didn't know what to do. He was kind of at his wit's end. And so when he had talked to me about this on when we were working in private, and so when I saw that same statement on her vision and values one pager, I knew that there was she'd taken a lot of thought. I could see in the rest of her statements that this was really important to her. And so as opposed to jumping in and asking her, why are you why are you doing this, and just telling you got to stop carrying 5-gallon buckets, what I asked her was those two questions, which is, what is it about this that's so important to you? What is it about carrying 5-gallon buckets that's so important to you? And what followed was this beautiful description about how she wanted to be a good role model for her children, about work ethic. She wanted to be a strong mom. She wanted to stay physically fit. She wanted to take pride in her work. She didn't, wasn't a machines type person. So she didn't like being in the Bobcat like her, in the ATV like her husband, because the noise bothered her. And so, behind that one statement of that seemed, silly and was undoubtedly causing a lot of conflict in the relationship, was this really important why that was if it had been missed or thrown aside, both her husband and the wife would have never achieved their ultimate well-being. But when I asked the second question, which is there any other way that you can achieve, that aspect of, being a good role model for your children, staying physically fit, taking part in the farming operation without feeling like the equipment and technology is too much for you? She gave me lots of other examples. And so just in that, I was able to help her see that it wasn't the 5-gallon buckets that she was after. It was that deeper why. And we were able to craft some more nuanced statements that didn't include a decision that was already made of we're going to carry 5-gallon buckets forever. It was things like, I on a daily basis, set great examples of work ethic for my children, and our farm is designed in such a way that that it's simple and it's efficient and it's productive, as opposed to we've got a Bobcat. So that's the first mistake.